Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. There are a few different categories of XRP chart analysts out there. There are the type who, maybe they've got a reputable following, they've got a pretty decent hit rate out there, but they insist that XRP is going to zero, it's a crap coin, you know the whole thing. And why? As always, because reasons. And so, great hit rates with their, sharing expectations about Bitcoin or ETH, you name it. High hit rate, but they're consistently wrong when it comes to XRP. Then there's also the chart analyst out there who maybe he's got a pretty good hit rate, pretty good at highlighting what reasonable expectations would be for an upcoming bull run. But they do hate XRP, like the people in the first category, but they acknowledge, yeah, that thing's gonna rip though. So that's another category. Hates XRP, but says, yeah, that thing's gonna fly. Then there's the third category who is unbiased and recognizes, yeah, XRP is going to fly. And so what you'll find is that there's the only people that'll argue, out of the reputable chart analysts, the only ones that will argue XRP is not going to go are the ones that suffer from XRP derangement syndrome. And I'm going to highlight every single category in this video of those types of individuals. And then take a look at this headline from the Crypto Basic. XRP gearing up for its biggest breakout ever. Top trader spots bullish signs on monthly charts. But before going any further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so let's start with the analyst who is currently, and I had to report this, is suffering from XRP derangement syndrome. It's none other than Sunny Decree with 91,400 followers. That doesn't happen on accident, so people respect him. They value his opinions, which means that it doesn't always mean this, but typically when people have that type of following, if they're an analyst, it's because their hit rate doesn't suck, right? Broadly speaking. And so we know that several days ago, we got the good news that the SECV Ripple case is over, and so he decided to reference that. Look at what he wrote here. Question of the day. Why does XRP fall a few days after positive news? Answer, because it's a S-word coin and will fall further to zero. There you go, that's the reason. It's an S-word coin and it's going to zero. And this is so fascinating because I'd be shocked if this guy doesn't understand what actually moves markets. I mean, there are some reputable analysts that'll say they think that a factor is the Bitcoin halving. I don't buy that. I think a lot of analysts these days will acknowledge, yeah, it's liquidity cycles. And that's why you also, we have the stock market blowing up at the same time that crypto markets are going euphoric historically. So that's it. I would argue that. But to think that it's the news that should drive the price of a cryptocurrency, especially XRP, is foolish and is to misunderstand why markets go when they go. There's a reason they all go in tandem. XRP has had many moments in its long, over 10-year history where it goes and blasts off to the moon. It's had a number of those instances. But that's not, it's not because of news, it never has been. So why would you then expect that to be something that would take hold now? Why would you, it's unreasonable to expect it. And so here we're supposed to believe that this guy with almost 100,000 freaking followers, he doesn't understand something as simple as what moves markets broadly speaking. He can't figure it out. Or is he's suffering from XRP derangement syndrome? Well, obviously that's what it is here. And so he falls in that first category. Hates XRP with a passion, and as a result, his bias bleeds through into his analysis, misleading people that follow him. That's what we're looking at right here. And so you may have noticed, see this blue right here? That's because I have bookmarked this post and I put it in my Future Dunks tab on social media platform X. I will be revisiting it. And it's already recorded here, so some of these people I think are going to delete their nonsense BS posts, but I keep, from time to time anyway, I'll screen grab all of them using my video recording software like I'm using right now for this video, just to make sure I've got it, just to make sure. It'll be fun doing a comparison of like old videos where I recorded and then see who was trying to scrub their accounts after they're proven to be disastrously wrong. It's going to be a fun video when we get to that point here. But this brings us to the second category of chart analysts out there. And so these are the people who hate XRP because of the reasons, but at least they're intellectually honest enough to say, yeah, but that bitch gonna rip. And so that's what this guy is. This guy goes by the name Peppa at Moonshilla, 146,400 followers. He's been around in crypto, he claims, since 2013. So that would definitely make him an OG. I didn't jump into crypto until late 2017. So he's got me beat, which means he was here just several years after this entire thing came into existence, which is exceedingly rare. I know some of those people, and I'll just take him at his word for this, but that's exceedingly rare. He's had enough time to see what happens. He knows when XRP goes, oh, it goes. And his expectations, frankly, they're higher than mine for XRP this market cycle, and he hates XRP. Now that's something, right? I've been Mr. XRP bull for the entirety of the time I've been in crypto. This guy hates it, and he's more bullish than me. I mean, in terms of what he expects for price action this market cycle. I mean, I think it's a bit much, but I'm going to share with you. But here's what he wrote. So he says XRP versus USD, Dom, Bitcoin, Bitcoin, right? And so he says Dom. He's talking about dominance. Chances are extremely high that we are going to see a massive rally soon, in my opinion. Why? Number one, consolidation nearly doubled compared to 2014 through 2016. And so, look, these people that are laughing at us XRP holders because XRP hasn't had a new all-time high in 6.5 years, either they don't know or they're pretending to not know that consolidation, the wider the base, the higher the base, either they don't know or they're pretending to not know that the longer the consolidation, the greater the forceful outbreak when it finally goes. To think that very basic concept doesn't apply to XRP is absurd. It applies to everything under the sun that trades. Stocks, crypto, you name it. And then he says, number two, XRP USD already / about to break out. 3, XRP dominance, triple bottom. Yeah, and so I've been talking about this a lot because tons of analysts have, and I'm not an analyst, I'm not pretending to be, but I've been highlighting tons of analysts noting, yeah, it looks like XRP dominance, it bottomed. It got as low as maybe 1.05% or something like that. And more recently, you've seen it up to 1.5, 1.6%, whatever it's gotten up to. The point is, it's been a turnaround way higher, at least to this point. And then he says, XRP Bitcoin quadruple bottom. See, that's the other thing. Eventually, XRP, even as it turns out, eventually the market does find a bottom. XRP always has found a bottom price against Bitcoin. The fact that it goes lower for a long period of time is normal, and in and of itself is not bad or weird or unexpected. But the XRP haters will tell you that is bad, and that's a sign that it shouldn't be in your portfolio because reasons. Number 5, good news, probably no security. Okay, so I'm not assuming he's as well informed as you and I as it comes to the SEC v. Ripple case. I mean, that thing just ended. It had legal clarity going back to July of last year. Fair enough, though. I'm not expecting him, somebody who hates XRP, to know the ins and outs of the rest of what's happening within the ecosystem, including from a regulatory perspective. Anyway, then he says, trading is all about risk / reward. In this case, the risk and reward ratio is absolutely insane, in my opinion. I know, it's hard to believe that this crap... What? I told you he doesn't like XRP. Says it's hard to believe that this crap will go to the moon ever again. But trust me when I say we've all gone through the same cycle of emotions back in 2014 through 2016. And when the time had come, nearly nobody could believe their own eyes that this cripple crap, this guy hates XRP so much, that this cripple crap, we get instead of Ripple, it's cripple crap went up 50% in 333 days. All the stars are lining up, and all I can say is, don't F this up. Secure a bag. Drop in whatever amount you're comfortable to lose. After all, it's still a S-word coin, but a S-word coin which has been around for more than 11 effing years. I enjoy this. I'm not even mad. You say all the crap you want. At least you're being intellectually honest about what's likely to happen here price action-wise. I don't need people to like the same cryptocurrencies as me to be friends or anything like that. Now, he's getting aggressive. He's playing to his base. Undoubtedly, he's probably got a bunch of old school Bitcoin maxis in the type, and there are just so many XRP haters out there because of reasons. But so he's playing to his crowd, and that's fine. He can do that. I have no qualms with that whatsoever. It's just kind of funny to see somebody that is doing that, is playing to that crowd, and it's resonating with tons of people that follow him, but at least he's still saying the true thing that matters most. Is gonna be insane. It's gonna run. Yes, and not that anybody knows that. I mean, I don't pretend to know what's going to happen with XRP price action, other than I have this general idea I've had since 6.5 years ago when XRP, clearly the bubble popped after hitting an all-time high. My bet was that at some unknown point in the future, XRP would again run to a new all-time high. Now, I didn't know it would be 6.5 years later and that not happen, but I also didn't know the SEC was going to attack all of us. So there's that also, you know. And then he says, please tell me, how long was the last meme crap S-word coin was around in which you aped hundreds or thousands of dollars, which probably went to effing zero? Let me guess, a few hours? So think again. XRP is probably the real effing deal, the true ticket to financial freedom. And here's the chart that he shared. He hates XRP and he's like, yeah, but financial freedom. I rather enjoy that. Like, to me, I just got a kick out of this. I'm like, it's fine. Now, I think it's silly to not like XRP because it's one of the most useful cryptocurrencies out there. Pick a metric, it's been trending in the right direction for many, many, many years. So, again, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but yes, in terms of price, why wouldn't you think it's most likely that XRP is going to go on a crazy run? And so that's why I say that's what I personally believe is most probable, with my caveat being, if there's a black swan event, if we do not have an alt season, well, then XRP, of course, wouldn't. But if there is going to be market expansion, you better believe XRP is going to be a part of it. It makes no logical sense to think that it wouldn't. So anyway, I really love that post. I don't know. I hope you guys do. Like that, to me, that was just a rather enjoyable post. Oh, and he shared this too. Somebody wrote to him and said, great post. What's your target? $10. Now, this is where he loses me. He's way more bullish than me in terms of price action. If he's right, I will give him all the credit in the world, and I hope he's right. Even though I'll have sold all of my XRP well before this, I'll be cheering on anybody that is selling at such prices should they present themselves. But he says, I can even imagine $100 plus. Now, folks, I don't think it's impossible for XRP to be 3 digits, but I do think it's about a 0% chance it's going to happen this market cycle. I don't think we're going to get anywhere even close to that. But he says that would be a 200x. Market cap at $6.5 trillion. Bitcoin just needs to hit a 6x, and then you're at $350, so he must mean $350,000, to not get flipped. So, you know, the more money that flows in, if you're talking about Bitcoin getting up there, then I think XRP is going to go higher than even what I would expect. It's just kind of hard to believe it's going to get to that level. I would be happy to be wrong, though. I mean, I know that there are people out there in our community that do think that that's probable, this market cycle. I respectfully disagree. And I'll be happy to be wrong. And I could be. I doubt it, though. I think XRP is going to be worth a fortune compared to where it is now by the end of this market cycle. And if Bitcoin really does go that high, then okay. Again, money's going to cycle through the entire space, including going through to XRP. So I'd be like, okay, maybe a little bit higher. But man, $100, 3 digits, I'm just not buying it. So, not trying to be, it was just so funny. This guy hates XRP so much, and he's more bullish than I am for this market cycle. I think it's funny. It just is. It's just funny here. But this brings us to our third category here, which brings us to this article. XRP gearing up for its biggest breakout ever. Top trader spots bullish signs on monthly chart. Steph, a notable trader in the crypto community, has spotted signs on the monthly time frame on the XRP chart suggesting that the asset is gearing up for a historic run. The trader disclosed his observation in a recent analysis shared on X, accompanied by XRP's historical chart. The graph notably depicts that since the last major price spike, the asset's patterns have been marked by lower highs, forming a nearly 7-year consolidation phase in the shape of a symmetrical triangle. So folks, there's an acknowledgement of how charting is a thing, right? Symmetrical triangle. And again, I'm not a chart guy, but I don't need to be to understand that concept, and neither do you. But then you go back to the first category here, this guy Sunny Decree, XRP S-word coin going to zero here. He thinks that news should matter. No, the charting matters. Have you ever heard the phrase, show me the charts and I'll tell you the news? Haven't you heard that before? And so that's why this is just freaking hilarious to me. That's a real thing. You think that the news is in any sort of meaningful way going to change whether or not there's liquidity in markets? Just broadly speaking? It's just so foolish. It's just so foolish. These people, man. I mean, at least we can get a good laugh out of it, but man, it's completely absurd. Anyway, according to Steph, this formation suggests that XRP has reached a critical decision point, and the next move could be the largest breakout in the asset's price history. However, he did not provide a specific price target for the potential breakout. And so this is the actual post right here. So, you know, we'll find out what happens here, but why wouldn't that be the most probable thing? We're in a bull market. So if the bull market's going to continue, if it's not, there's no black swan event and we're going to have an alt season, what's most probable? And you can see the volatility over time, over the span of years, has been decreasing because it's hanging out inside of the symmetrical triangle here. But I well understand that eventually you hit the apex. Or, more likely, and this is usually what happens, price breaks up or down before hitting the apex, a good bit before it. And we are close to that son of a bitch. Look at that. So, given that we're in a bull market, when it does break, is it going to be up or down? And this is an XRP USD chart. Well, you know my guess. I'm guessing that it's going to, and we'll find out together what happens, but I'm guessing it breaks to the upside. Of course, it's just charting. Of course it applies to XRP, which is why I can only roll my eyes and laugh at the people out there that just pretend like, okay, well, charting applies to every coin that I like, but not to the ones that I don't. Oh, okay, you jackass. Like, what is your damn malfunction here? But it is funny. Like, I genuinely get a kick out of this stuff. And I'll be happy to continue highlighting this in bookmarking for my future Dunks tab. But yeah, biggest breakout in history in terms of XRP pricing against the United States dollar. I'll not be surprised. I'll not be surprised if there's a new all-time high in price discovery. I won't be surprised in the least. I don't, for a moment, think that it's going to be $100. I don't even think it's going to be close to half that. But it would still be so incredibly life-changing for so many people listening if it gets, if we do get into price discovery. That's totally plausible. And so that's why when we see the analysts out there like it's going to go to $8, $10, $15, maybe $20. Like, that stuff doesn't sound crazy to me. The higher the price, of course, the less likely I think it is, because logic would dictate. Of course, I'd feel that way. But you know, none of that sounds crazy. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's reasonable in crypto. And the higher Bitcoin goes, the higher XRP is going to go, because again, there will be that much more money sloshing through the space, and the news doesn't matter. And I bet that guy, the first guy highlighted, does he just not know that XRP got legal clarity in July of last year? Why would he expect this to do something more magical? Like, it's completely irrational. When it goes, it goes, and I will be here for it. I will tell you that. I've been patiently waiting. I've been in crypto almost 7 years now. I've been waiting. But I'm just as patient as I was on day one, to be honest with you. I really genuinely am. Because that's what it takes to be successful in investing. You got to have a long-term mindset. It's the same way I treat my investments in the stock market. It's decades-long patience. It's because, you know, before I jumped into crypto, I was already doing it. So that's the retirement nest egg right there. It's a big part of it anyway, right? And just, you know, a lot of it's just boring stuff. You know, purchasing ETFs that track the S&P 500. Patience. So I already had that sort of diligence, and I already had that patience. Because I logically understood it before I even jumped into crypto. I just applied that mindset here. And it is working. My crypto is worth way more than what I put in because I've been here almost 7 years now. And by the end of this market cycle, if we do have another blow off top, I have enough in now that I think for me, it's truly finally going to be life changing. And I hope it's, you know, I hope that you listening are in a similar position. And even if it's not going to be for you this market cycle, I would hope that you'd have that in the future. And that's the cool thing about this. We really do have this opportunity. There's nothing special about me. I'm not a finance guru. I'm a dude on the internet with a stupid ass name, Moon Lambo, who may or may not be wearing pants. Like, you do not even know my pants situation. So I'm not here to offer advice. I'm just telling you, if somebody like me can do this, so can you. All you have to do is, after you buy stuff and have broad exposure, you do nothing. That's it. And people do have a hard time doing nothing, but I don't. It just works. And it doesn't mean everything you buy is going to win, and some stuff maybe really does go to zero and you lose everything, but that's why I think it makes sense to have broad exposure. That's why I'm not an XRP maximalist, even though it's my largest individual position and my favorite cryptocurrency, and I'm biased at this point, fine. But I have broad exposure to the asset class. So if the crypto pie keeps getting bigger, I'm good. It's the same logic behind purchasing an ETF that tracks the S&P 500. Broad exposure. It's not rocket science. You can do this. I have nothing to sell you here, folks. Nothing. I'm just telling you, you listening absolutely can do this. You can achieve life-changing wealth in crypto. Just have a sufficient time horizon, have sufficient exposure. And I can't tell you what that is. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just sharing general concepts that I firmly believe one needs to have in place to find success here. Isn't that empowering, though? Like, the everyday person absolutely can do this. I think it's cool as hell. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, To the moon, Lambo.